live or not. Let me quickly refresh this. I don't know if we're live or not. We are now. Perfect. Okay. So, today you're going to take care of as many EuroCapital legs as I possibly can. Okay. Just wondering what this is going to look like. First off, we're going to go from Athens to Malta. This one's going to be a little longer than this one. Then we have a short one, then we have a long one. That's the longest one. And we're going to try to get to Budapest tonight, I reckon. And then, I guess tomorrow night we're going to take care of all these short ones. We get to Madeira tomorrow night. And, yeah. And either way, we are going to take care of as many as I am physically able to take care of tonight. Starting off, Athens. Okay, and Athens, we got the whole place to ourselves. So, I will say the sim is working beautifully today. And today we're taking, I'm going to say we take the A320 today. So we take the A320 today. And the reason I'm going to say that is because I'm okay with it. So we're going to begin. We're going to begin at Athens. LGAV. So that's departure. In the meantime, what is the new sky? Let's say. Duration just over now. Or sorry, no, 35 minutes. Let's make that an hour and 50 minutes. Close. Speedbird 16 kilo. Flight. Let's go ahead and get our LFP here. Be piled up. And 6 kilo. You're an A320. Charlie. Okay. Get that on. Batteries on. Now flight, or that's on. First flight on. Okay, and then now that we have our OFP, Fenix accept and import, and I will file this in a minute. 60 minutes. Now let's load our crap fast. We'll be fine. I'm just gonna pre-file this on VATSIM. As Speedbird 16 kilo. There we go. Flight plan filed. Okay. Why are engines already? I don't know. I think that's a bug. Okay. Right. Cindery. View flight plan. View flight plan. Okay, we are taking 2-1 left. That's what I'm recommending. So recommending runway 2-1 left. I don't have my iPads over there, but I'll get it later in the flight. So. Our Speedbird, a 1.6 kilo, operated via aeronaut. Well, index is 60. Cruising flight level 320. Okay. Flight plan. Departure via, just to take a look at this. Damn it. Okay, I got the icon. Gotta reach her. Which this week there will be a new case for this thing. Oh, good one as well. Expensive one as well. With iPad. Okay. Import from Cindery. Okay. Recommending runway 2-1 left via the core 1 November departure. And what does that look like? So it's going to be climb straight out to altitude 6,000 after about 12 miles or so. Then you go to Delta Mike, and then you go to core. I figure we could probably save ourselves a fair amount of time by climbing and then just going direct to core. That's what I get. That's what I would say. What is our departure time? 2:05. So we got about 10 minutes, so get this thing ready for departure. And yep, I think we're gonna make that quite easily. In terms of what SynBrief says, it's like a performance. Okay. Performance. V1, or sorry, flaps 1 today. Flex to temp 5.7. V1 142, 142, 143. Transition altitude 9,000 feet. Okay. Flex to temp 5.7, good. I have that set. Okay. Good. Limited by maximum takeoff weight. Which is a non-factor for today. Then we're gonna use up every fucking inch of this runway. What the hell? Wind 270 degrees, 2 knots. What the hell? We're gonna use up every fucking inch. Actually, it's not bad. We're gonna go flaps 2 actually though. Flaps 3. Yeah, there's basically no difference. We have a 1700 margin. Latest reject leaves us with so enough time to stop. That's here. Minus 1 minute. We should be worded like about 2 minutes. Okay. TCAS standby. DARA transponder on, please. Emergency lights to arm, auto brake, or sorry, auto seatbelt signs on. You can do it. You can get a little lights on. You can always use little lights. It's a little chilly down here. Wing on, please. So yeah. Okay. Iris fully in line. Just waiting on the aircraft to finish boarding. We're just waiting on the final 20 or so pesky passengers. They don't even get premium. They're all the brokies, actually. Yeah, I shouldn't call them pesky now. They're the brokies. The brokies that get to sit in the back. In terms of our taxi, though, we're gonna push. It'll be nose right, tail left, facing south. Then I guess we'll taxi via Charlie, then Delta, line up via Delta 1-2. Aircraft loaded. Good. You can probably get out of here from this rally. AP1. 1, 2, 3. APU bleed once that says available. We need our beacon on now. I'm going to tell this guy we can start the flight now. Okay. Oh, shit, I need flight to get up and running. There we go. GSX. Push back in departure. What is the parameter? NH101.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Athens traffic speed, bird, 16 kilo, push and start, stand, Alpha 35, facing south,
Bypass Fenix Airbuis.
Athens traffic. Direction will be nose right, tail left.
Release working brakes, please. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Ignition start. Engine number 1 and engine number 2. That's right. Welcome back, buddy. Let's go ahead and finish up these. It's gonna get a little farther than 32% today. We'll take care of our flight controls in a moment. Flight controls right now. Yeah, right now it's all right because the engines aren't up yet. There we go.
Please set working brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You
Both
can
engines
disconnect.
available.
Unlocking gear.
Flaps full. Full up, or full down. Full up. Full left. Full right. Flaps back up. I always forget the fuel pumps now. I keep forgetting the fuel pumps. Okay.
Tow track
Brake.
disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Okay. Engine, or flaps full.
Left is clear, right is clear.
No, Barnaby. No. That's bleach. You shouldn't be drinking that. No. Go lay down. Alright. I thought you said both. Except for clear. GSX cube is being annoying. Okay. Athens traffic speed bird. 16 kilo taxiing via Charlie and Delta down to Delta 12. Runway 21 left for departure. Athens traffic. I don't know why GSX didn't push us correctly. Nose taxi, strobies on. To whoever's tuning in, thank you so much. Gotta take care of the engines back to normal. Yet I don't know why GSX didn't push us correctly. Other than the fact that GSX only works about 50% of the time. Oh gosh, remember back when GSX was completely broken for FS24? I remember that because every time I activated GSX, even if it was by accident, it would leave a massive box up there. If I'm not mistaken, I think we have the whole place to ourselves. For the most part. I'll double check on that sim radar in a moment. can go arm the ground spoilers now. We have the beacon lights on. Or take this moment to get down there. We just verify it without submariner. I think we have outbased ourselves though. Absolutely do. That's because we do. That is because we do. Nice cabin ready. T. Okay, VATS and Radar really needs to come out with an iPad app. Because it'll be so useful if they do. Either that or Novograph needs to significantly improve their integration with VATS. Because my issue that I find with the Novograph is that sometimes it's a little unreliable. And so what I mean by that is... no! No! You thought I wouldn't notice, you sneaky dog. That's Bleach, Barnaby. No. So during cruise on this particular flight, we will go ahead and take care. We'll do some more work on the evaluation, on the plane evaluation checklist. Oh, I guess it's not really a checklist, but on the plane evaluation list or whatever. I'm gonna look lesser up. Thank you very much. And the landing lights can go on now. Let's take off. Let's make sure we are all lit up like a bird. Like the beautiful little speed bird. We are a little speed bird. Flying internationally, not in the UK. We are in fact a speed bird, not shuttle. For those who don't know, Speedbird is the call sign for all of British Airways international flights from the UK. If you're flying, though, domestically in the UK, that'll be next, right? If you're flying domestically in the UK, though, it will be it'll be a shuttle. So the call sign will be shuttle. So same aircraft. It's just a matter of it tells ATC again this plane's not that far. This plane's not international. Some airlines do it like that. I know BA does, but Athens traffic via Delta 12 Speedbird 16 kilo lining up runway 21 left. Athens traffic. Water brake max. Takeoff config check. Okay. Athens traffic Speedbird 16 kilo taking off runway at T1 left via the core 1 Foxtrot departure. Athens traffic. Alright. Thrust set. Manflex 57 auto thrust blue. 100 knots, check. 120. V1 and rotate. Pause or decline, gear up. Flaps away. Stabilizer away. Thrust levers to climb. Direct. Insert. There we go. Oh, we're airborne now. That was a pretty successful takeoff. Actually, yeah, we got the BB1. I got an extra. Climbing flight level 230. Athens traffic Speedbird 16 kilo is airborne, passing altitude 3,000 feet, direct Kilo Oscar Romeo. And we're climbing now, flight level 320, Athens traffic. Take off the flights now. And then our internal flights. What to do. I have to put that in for a moment. Forgot to do that. Our zero fuel weight is 60.8. So 60.9. Slash 30.4. There we go. We're airborne. Passing 9,000, we will go ahead and throw on standard pressure. Let's make our way over to Malta. And in a moment, we will go ahead and do our briefing for Malta. Passing 9,000 over to standard pressure. Okay. Passing 10,000, landing lights off. And we can go to another passenger other seats. Nicely done. Very, very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. Then we'll just be aware. Of course, the second we depart, we have a Atari. go Oscar Romeo. We can go ahead and start those. Yeah, that takeoff was very, very good. And I think it was the localizer that really helped us out with that takeoff. So, we're going to try it at Malta. And depending on if Malta has an ILS frequency. If they don't, obviously we can't try it, but I don't know. We'll do our briefing for Malta in a bit. Malta at time, or no, 25 minutes, but that's estimating us. This is estimating us at Malta 320. So, actually, almost an hour. That's by now. That's the plan. Of course, I'm gonna take a shit. Yeah, I'll take that shit. How long until time to climb? No, yeah, in terms of traffic, by the way, everyone, we got basically no traffic. So. Anyway, let me take a look here. Top climb, current time, so in about 12 minutes, top climb, and then it doesn't, I don't think it's going to be able to calculate top descent. Top descent in just under an hour. Of course, it doesn't know that for certain. So, anyway, I'll be right back on the next version. I am back. Okay. Yeah, so we are taking the A320 today. We're taking the A320. Not the A321, not the A319, not the minibus, the normal bus. My nicknames for which one is? We have minibus, normal bus, long bus. It's coordination. A320, or sorry, A319, A320, A321, and then for the new ones you have the A319 Neo, which I don't know anyone Neo. You have the A3. You have the new minibus, the new normal bus, and the new long bus. And then for the extra long range A321, it is the extra long. It is the new long bus. So anyway, I'll back. See here, we are actually significantly way there now. We're still climbing in terms of what the range looks like. Yeah, so we'll move a turn, and then we'll essentially be there. Actually, can we get a direct turn actually? So I figure if we make a direct turn now. Let's do direct Apico. Let's go direct Apico. I figure that'll save us a lot of time. That'll save us a lot of time, I reckon. Traffic speed bird, 16 kilo, direct Apico now. Alpha Bravo, Alpha Kilo Oscar. Traffic. So with that turn, we probably would get there in, if I had to take a guess, it's updating that. Not that long at all. We're gonna, our top climb is there. Yeah, so Actually, I actually figured that it'd be better to go direct Lored. Actually, yeah, let's go direct Lored, actually. And I figured that that'll actually be better. So, okay. In the meantime, though, we do need to do our top descent briefing because we are trying to kill off a lot of time here. So, no arrivals. In that case, an approach. Update an ILS for runway. Yeah, I'm actually something. Yeah, do we take an ILS for runway 31. Let's see. Okay. In that case, at what point do we intercept? We intercepted out to 3,000 feet, as airport elevation is nothing. Okay. We intercepted at altitude 3,000 feet. We have a hold at SO4. There's no arrivals available. So yeah. So if we were to do that, which we're doing in a moment, arrival via NILS for runway 31. We do have a headwind, so we have to be aware of that. There's no star via final. So we have docks. So we will go direct from Lored to docks. Let me just verify. It's a 10-mile final. Right? There's no reason why it wouldn't be. Yeah, it's a 10-mile final. So, Sierra uniform Delta Austria. X-ray. Okay. So docks. Speed 200. I agree with that actually. But then our top descent will be as we pass Lored. And I know about the roads, whatever. We're going to, so. And then, yeah, so we have more. So we'll arrive by an ILS runway 31. We've cut down our arrival times. We are landing in an hour now. Nice. Okay. Essentially up in the air, then we're back down again. I'm happy about that. It's international. What's this 10? It's okay, nice. It's a 10. It's a nearly 11,000 foot runway. If maybe we can take the high speed Echo exit, then that would be perfect. I doubt we're gonna make that. Actually, we might. Let me take a look here. Let me run the numbers by brief. Yeah. We will be able to do that, no problem. QNH 1014 at Malta. Temperature 24 degrees Celsius. temperature 24. Wind 300 degrees, 9 knots. Damn, that's a direct headwind. I gotta be careful not to float it, even if it's floated, we have enough distance. On the ILS, it's saying. Sure. Yeah. 139, that's fine. 139. Clamps full. We're gonna go auto brake medium. Just to help ensure that we actually make that make the fast exit. So we need, if we were to do auto brake medium, yeah. So we get off. We could if, to be honest, making this Echo one, this Echo high speed exit, would be nice. We don't need it though. Maybe, but we might end up. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna aim for that Echo high speed exit. So alright. And then on the barometer, 430. On the barometer. Okay, Leo. And then in terms of the transition altitude, 5,000. 50. Okay, in that case, we're gonna begin our top descent. Where am I not at? I don't know. I don't know. We're still kind of yeah, we're not that far. Low red. This we have been we've been relying on this for a while, or we've been relying on the on where it says top descent for a minute now. But the thing is that I just don't believe it. So we need to do our calculations ourselves. Unless this was it. Top descent. Actually, it says top descent after the word. But we need a little more so. Okay, let me ask this question. From Laura to Zickow, what's the difference? Make direct. Okay, it's 66 miles. Okay, that's not bad. Heading of too many degrees. That's not bad now. That's not bad now, is it? The nice thing is that it's a pretty straight, almost perpendicular line. It's pretty much all a straight angle, so it's not that hard of a turn, right? So we don't have to. It's not like this, right? It's not like a very. I don't know. I think it's a cute angle. It's like this, right? So we can make the turn easily, as if we were doing it at Heathrow, for example, and we don't have to go. Right, so it's not. It's it's not like this, where what we do if it was like this is we do probably something like this. Mount a bit and then do it like that to intercept. No, what we'll do today, because it's like this, we just make the turn, right? We don't have to, right? Now maybe around here we go out slightly and then like this, but it doesn't, it's almost a perfect 90, so I'm not that worried about it, right? So yeah, I'm not that worried about it. So in case of missed approach, which we do have to worry about today, it is climb on track 312 degrees. Up to 3,000, then continue as directed, which means for us it'd be at radar figures. Not have any traffic. I think that we are looking to see we are arriving to Malta. So. And then we get to go from Malta or 34%. And we get to go from Malta to Rome, which is a much shorter of a flight, and then from Rome to Burchest. And then tomorrow night, I'm thinking we are going to. I think tomorrow night we're just going to knock out all the short hauls. So we have Burchest to Budapest. We have, I'm thinking, so tomorrow we'll go from Burchest to Budapest, Budapest to Warsaw, Warsaw to Prague, Prague to Zurich, and then maybe from Zurich to Adolfo, or sorry, to Madrid. And then it's just a series of mixture of both. But I want, I guess Monday on if able, I would like to get to Portugal. I think that's a very achievable goal for Monday. Especially if tomorrow we knock out the 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 3, that is 4 short hauls. We are going to do as many as I possibly can tonight. Gibraltar will be interesting because I don't think we've ever landed at Gibraltar. So, yeah, anyway, in terms of what our path looks like though, we are currently on this leg, and then we go to Italy, over here, here's Gibraltar, then we get to go to Madeira, which, yeah, that's a 600 leg flight, and then from Madeira to Lanzarote, and then back up via Portugal, and then to Paris, and then Paris to Stockholm, and the longer flights, and then we get to go to Varkar, because Grumpy did not know. I don't know what he was thinking, because I don't know what Grumpy was thinking. Because, let's see here, I think we have 3 stuff. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, no, it appears they have 3 stops in Stockholm. 1, 2. This is only 1. There's definitely 3. Let's see here. 1. Well, actually, it might be later. Yeah, so. Top descent is in about 30 minutes. So, all our performance at all of our landing pads and that. So anyway, I'm just trying to think of what we are going to do. I don't know the answer. So we get to go from stop. That's a long leg. Grumpy, you're making me angry with all these long legs. I want short hauls. I want true and proper short hauls. We'll take care of all this, and then we'll go to, and then we'll move on to the UK Shuttle Award. Actually, I think we've already knocked out. Yeah, we've already knocked out the Eddie one. This is what the UK Shuttle Award looks like. Bristol to Newcastle, Gatwick to Manchester. That's quite fun, plenty of times. That's our, whenever we're testing out a new aircraft, that's the one we go with. Manchester to London, Gatwick. We're back. Newcastle to Bristol. So I guess it's okay. Then Stansted to Aberdeen. And yeah, I think that's longest one. Of course, the longer ones are the short ones here. So. If anyone's a bunch of people considering. I miss my Gatwick. I miss it. Anyway, we get to go. And then, in terms of other awards, cargo. We're not doing cargo home. Around the world is what we'll do at some point, but I'd like to get back to our long hauls because I do miss them. And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we've kind of overhauled next one and that one. Okay, that one's not bad. We'll knock out that one at some point. Okay. We got 200 knots forward. Yeah. Top percent was right before Lored. Another 20 minutes, so we'll actually refresh the numbers now. Anyway, in the comp 122 decimal. let's take a look here. Let's take an updated look. Okay, top descent is still in. Descent is in 13 minutes. Or, yes, 13 minutes. Yeah. I think we'll just do the 3 legs tonight, which will be fine. 3 legs is fine. So now the rest of the 3 legs I'm gonna go ahead and make short. The shorts are where this channel thrives. Yeah, the last one is the last one. 127 minutes. Nice. Okay, done that one. Let me just verify that this was a good landing.
Continue.
Just want to verify that we actually passed that one.
Okay, in that case, let's go ahead and get back off.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hope that actually gets us.
I think that one. Yep. Yeah, okay. Alright. Next, short. And we still have 9 minutes. just verify that again. Remix. That's right. Put that in. Alright. See here. Layouts. Split. Have this short uploading. Give me 30 seconds, and then we will be back for talks. Sorry, just throwing some trousers on for this. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look here. It's going to begin our descent now. Altitude 3,000 feet. Multi traffic speed bird. 26 kilo beginning descent now. Flight, we're down to altitude 3,000 feet from flight level 320, and we'll be landing via an ILS approach into runway 31, multi traffic. Okay. Okay. Where is Helsinki again? Hey Google, what is the ICAO code for Helsinki Airport?
EFHK. According to simple Wikipedia, Helsinki Airport, IATA, HEL, ICAO, EFHK.
Hey Google, shut the fuck up. I think it's runway 33. If I'm not mistaken. Find out in the window. Was Phoenix. I think we were in the A321. Okay. No, actually, we could have been in the minibuses. Actually, we were in the minibus, actually. There we go. That guy uploading now. Okay. Let's go direct. Whatever that waypoint is. It's a docks. Multi-traffic speed bird, 16 kilo, turning direct to docks. Sierra uniform Delta Oscar X-ray, and apps to docks. We will be joining the ILS 31 final approach. What will be most likely a 10-mile final. Multi-traffic. That's fine. I always say. I need us to be on final around there, or I need us to be like that around there. This needs to be very close. Okay, let me take a look here. Ground services. Or sorry, my bad. I'd like to refresh our meter. Yeah, same matter. Okay. Same matter. And what's our estimate? I'm gonna guess we're gonna be there by. It's estimating 30, so yeah, I would assume that's appropriate. You need the speed brake there, bud. You know you do. Well, actually, I don't know if you do. Maybe you need. Actually, you're fine. I think that's your break. The main thing is that this rate of descent we need to keep up. Actually, if able, I'm gonna do that. I don't know. That's kind of like the equivalent of the dive method, but we need to sort out our speed as well. So. Star speed, please, 310 frame. Knots. We're only 50 miles from turning touchdown. We got 60 miles. We got 60 miles to touchdown, about 50 miles from turning final. So. Right. speed 300, please. Oh, I maintain our rate of descent. Once we get to around 5,000, then we can still our rate of descent. The main thing, though, is that running it down. The bulk. Speed 300. Yeah, we'll maintain 300 for now. We'll maintain 300 for now. In the meantime, though, landing lights on for 10,000. Okay. Now, I know that people are having a little question here. How do I like to set the range here? I like to be as zoomed in as possible without cutting stuff out. Okay. And now, what do I mean by that? Well, if I zoom in right now, I'm beginning to be able to see the final, but I can't see what I want to see. I want to see this as well. I want to see these from here. I didn't have really any reference, right? Rather, here I do. Okay. Go here now, though. Now I have that reference when I need it. We may need to slow our rate of descent a little. Speed restriction. I'll slow our rate of descent a little. How about the speed restriction? The lovely speed restriction we have. So, but yeah. So now we're at 40 right now. I can see okay. Now I can see a lot more. So that's the main thing. I need our speed to be slowed though, because of the speed restrictions. Good, just verify it. I think we saw this ourselves. We do. We may need to slow that rate of descent a little bit more again. Just for the sake of getting us below that. Actually, if we can go speed 230, that'd be nice. Oh, I learned something interesting. You see this? You see this orange marker here? That is the speed at point you can begin to put your flaps out, right? That is the speed that if you are at that speed, you put a flap, you put your next set of flaps out. In this case, it would be flaps 1. You will not go over speed. Perfect. Nicely done. Actually, we maintain this rate of descent, and it'll be fine. We maintain that rate of descent, it'll be fine. So, QNH 1015. Buzz the cabin. Tell them better. Send. Seatbelts on, please. Yeah, I don't know if we need this speed break right now. And we're doing speed 230. Speed 220. Okay, yeah, maybe a little speed break would help. So, yeah, we'll begin. Yeah, it is. So 3008.
The cabin is now secure for landing.
Cabin secure. And if we're like that, that's fine. Equalizer. I think we're reading to get some stuff inside. I mean, the visibility's not perfect. We can call that, but we are beginning to see some stuff in sight. Launch traffic speed bird 16 kilo is about 17 miles from the turning final. We are slowing speed to 210 knots now. Still descending out to 3,000 feet. Launch traffic. Let me see here. Belts on. Nicely done. Good. And it is beginning to pick up the ILS. To be clear, it is beginning to pick it up. So we're going on the high side, but whatever. That's fine. I am not worried at all. Speed 200 now. We got, let's see here, about 22 miles. We got about 22 miles to touchdown. 22 miles to touchdown. And actually, now's a good time to do this one. Now you see, we do that right now. That doesn't give you much. We have that though. Like, that tells me a lot. But in about 30 seconds or so, that's going to change. Okay. About 30 seconds or so, that's going to change. You see now, yeah. Now I can see what I would like to see. Okay. We are 7 miles out from turning the final. Speed 119. Speed 119. And, well, what do I see there? I see a runway! I see a runway! I see a runway! Speed 190. And we'll intercept that 190. There's no reason. Any more than that? Again, it's perpendicular so the plane's just gonna make an immediate. It's just gonna make a turn and hit, intercept. It might do. It might go a little beyond like that. I'm not worried. Speed 160, 180, please. And when in the turn, what happens? Flaps 2 now. Multi-traffic speed bird 16 kilo. Turning final now, ILS runway 31, slowing speed 160 knots. Altitude 3,000 feet. Till established, and once established, we will descend with a flight path. Multi-traffic. Flaps 3 now. Ground spoilers arm. I see runway. I see runway. I see runway. Yeah, we are going to land this thing in case of go around is climbed altitude 3,000 feet. And then turn down, and then it is essentially turn like a downwind. Launch traffic speed bird 16 kilo fully established ILS runway 31. Descending now. Slowing speed 139 knots. Launch traffic. Gear down. Landing checklist. I think they have everything all covered. Alright. Landing checklist readings. Okay. Landing lights on. Auto brake set. That's right. Landing gear down. Go around. In fully established, brakes, medium, flaps, full. Okay. Landing checklist. I see beautiful runway. I see a beautiful runway. Good. You're now in radio altimeter range. Looking tidy this is. We gotta. Right now we got 13 knot headwind, so we gotta try not to flip this thing. Which is possible, considering the headwind. Should be in first off for landing. If we fuck this up, then it's on me. So. We had a pretty good takeoff, so even if we don't have the best of landings, need that 100 shouldn't. I will say it does look like we're a little on the high side, but the tappy is in the outside. There we go, landing checklist. Now that we're final. Okay. Alexa, turn on mines, bud. Okay. Launch traffic, last call, speed bird 16 kilo. A roughly 4 mile final, ILS runway 31. multi-traffic last call, speed number 31 kilo. Or sorry, speed number 16 kilo. Right. Fly this thing essentially down to probably about 1,000 feet. And we will go ahead and take care of this. Get a small cosmic camera actually, so we'll fly down to about 1,000 feet will be fine. Okay. 5,000, maybe about 700 feet then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My controls. Who's up? You're looking a little on the low side.
500.
This mountain's way to go around actually. Switching visual now.
100 of them.
Continue approach.
Minimum
Continue.
100. 50.
I'm going around.
30.
0. Speedbird 16 kilo on the go. Reason for go around is a we flip depending. So it's about multi-traffic. We floated it. Going solid. Can always go around doo-doo. If it don't look right, come down doo-doo. Yeah, that was a necessary go around. Now, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that was a necessary go around. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of go rounds recently, though. We've been doing a number of go rounds. Refresh the atlas. 311, so. Oh, wait, another 30 seconds or so now. Sure, yeah. Yeah, we'll make her. Yeah, that was a reason. That was a go around. Okay, so we'll maintain this for a moment. Look how protected the government. 517 hours. Okay. And then we'll wait another minute before we jerk that one again. Or jerk final again. In the meantime, though, we will go ahead and do this one. Go for a wide turn. Actually, no, I want to maintain that heading for a moment. For an extra minute or so. Yeah, we got a good, that was, in my opinion, a 100% necessary go-around. Flip the landing, so which means New Sky's gonna bash us for that. Well, it won't bash us. To be clear, New Sky will bash us if we didn't go around. That's when they would bash us, right? But anything aside from an extremely hard landing that could cause damage to the aircraft, if you do a go around, right? If you land it hard, right? So, multi-traffic speed bird, 16 kilo, turning base now. I lost runway 31. Multi-traffic. Actually, you know, I'm gonna maintain that. Heading 60 degrees. I don't see the localizer though. Let me get to make the inbound course. Okay, this is my one issue, the Phoenix, and go around. Right, sometimes it won't, like... I don't know if it's... I really don't know what it is about it, but... Sometimes, like, right now, I don't think it will... Sometimes it won't pick up an ILS again. I may need to put it in again. Right, so, like, right now... I don't know if it's picking it up. Yeah. In that case... Oh, you can spend all that time doing that. Okay. Yeah. Where is it? In that case, we just do another 3/6. I mean, actually, just do some little delay winters. We'll just go ahead. Grab the 312 degrees. Degrees, 110.5. Alright, there we go. Now I picked it back up. Launch traffic apologies for the lack of communication. Speedbird, 160 kilo, 7360 just to get some, just for timing, just so we can set ourselves up for second approach. We're finishing up the 360 now to try for Alice. 3-1, morning traffic. Maintain that heading for a moment. And I guess it'll fully establish itself in appropriate time. It's your 50 degrees. Actually, I think it's picking it up now. And that's what it says. Yeah, and this is why we add extra fuel, guys, in case we have to do go around, like what we just had to do. Because we completely muck up the go around as well. Ultra traffic speedbird 16 kilo first start. We are coming in inbound for our second approach. Down a 10 mile per hour now. iOS 3.1 ultra traffic. Yeah, that was a very necessary go around. And we did perfect. We had perfect execution of that go around as well. We had perfect execution. Any update on matter? 300 degrees at 8 miles. Yeah, so I guess the trick now is we have to come in. I guess we have to come in. I don't want to say at a grab, but I guess you have to come in a little on the low side in case it does push us back up. I guess is the goal is. So anyway, we'll fly the thing down to minimums again, or down to near close to minimums, and then we'll fly manual. And
2,500.
nothing we want to do another go around. doesn't help that this is not. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you see how the aircraft's beginning to kind of show they had one? So it says 300 degrees and 8 knots, that's surface wind. In terms of wind at these altitudes, you're kind of clueless. So. There's not a cloud in the sky, so we're, in terms of that, we're fine. Multi-traffic last call, speed for 16 kilo, short final ILS, runway 31, multi-traffic. Yeah, and I guess we'll go ahead and increase that a little, or a little off, or we'll say that, or a little on the offset. So we will go ahead and let this thing fly down to about 700 feet this time, so we kind of lost it. We lost it last time, and I think we have done a go around at every single airport, including actually Helsinki, since Faroe Islands. Damn, we have done a go around every single one. Remember, we had to do the go around at Antarctica. We had to. We did go around at Athens. But I think we did actually. We have a lot of go arounds. So we have a hawk-like blue sky. Doesn't have the rest. We are
Flight slow.
I agree with that.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
100.
That sounded pretty good.
30. 20. Retard.
Put a balance as well. What, 489 feet per minute. At least we got it down. This guy won't be happy, won't be thrilled about that, but at the same time, and then we'll be thrilled about the thing, whatever. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Yeah, I wasn't thrilled about the glide slip deviation there, but whatever. I still think it's a passer, but I mean, either we didn't bash down on the runway, but I still think it's gonna be like a 9.1, 9.2 at absolute max because of the crossing slightly. Yeah, landing in the new sim is wildly different than landing in the old sim. So in the old sim, it was easy, but we feel the crossing a bit more now in the new sim, which I guess is a good thing. Multi-traffic runway 31 has now been vacated. And there's a taxi. Land lights off. Turn off lights off. APU. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna get that bad boy on. Take a pressure off. fuck are we doing is the real question. I guess we'll just follow this. I'll just Sam anyway. Yeah, this looks like much more like a stand. Parking brake set, but then she's off. Let's see how much New Sky bashed us. No, 9.31. Yeah, so the off-signal line landing, it wasn't that bad. It was the hard landing, and yeah. Okay, it wasn't that bad then. Might work. So you're now 37 or something. That puts us, but that puts us on just tied with Mark. Time to take care of Josh. Time to beat Josh. Let's make our way over to Rome now. Now to Rome. It's gonna be interesting. A322. Departure time, it's fine. 1 hour 20 minutes. It's an hour long flight. Dismiss. During the FP. In the meantime, I'd like the brake fan on, please. Chocks and cones set. I wanna take care of that issue before we have the next import next. We'll be departing in 16 minutes. Mass imbalance, load aircraft fast. Yep. West. Good. Quickly pre-file this on Betson. Speedbird wants his kilo. I beg your pardon? Are we not on the ground? Did I not set shocks? Thompson Coons, please. Yeah, I thought I said I could have sworn I could have checked those. Try again in 90 seconds. We'll continue trying, so. 27. You can all ask me on. That was off. Okay. I'd like to go ahead and turn off the fuel pumps now as well. Just while we are doing this. Okay. We are Speedbird 16 kilo. There we go, finally. Dashboard. Cost index 60. I'm gonna guess. 22,000. 320. Are taking off via my 3-1 again. Departure 3-1 via the Delta 3. Insert what that looks like. I have no clue. No clue what that's gonna look like. That looks like is straight out departure. That's straight out. Okay, straight out. Doesn't even absolute. That's a straight out. That is literally a straight out departure. There's 140 flight, so. Okay. Yeah. So top climb will. I don't know. Okay. Sim brief. Tools. Okay. Flaps 2. That's kind of late. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of late. Yeah, there we go. That's looking better. Still recommending. Oh, it's recommending flaps 1. Flaps 1. Flex to temp 5-3. 141, 144, 145. Transition altitude 5,000. It's already discussed. How long until the aircraft is loaded? Not much time at all. We're mostly there. I have no idea which we get. We had a few extra pounds of fuel, whatever. We got the fuel pumps off right now. So, and I just want to take a look at the brake temperature. Wheel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the brakes, the temperature's coming down. We didn't officially get the warning about the brakes being hot. Of course, though, I always want to go ahead and take care of it, right? I don't want to risk it, so. Once you're 1.4, that's fine. That's what we have set. So, I don't know what stand we're at. You're at stand 3. We'll be pushing in a few moments. We'll be pushing. If we can face. I don't know. Yeah, I just want. Yeah, our fuel is just pure. Yeah, our fuel is disappearing, unfortunately, but yeah, I mean that's some extra. So just waiting on the on these final passengers, so then we are solid. We're solid to go. So, and everything else is set already. So I realized. Did that without auto. We did that all without auto, please. Did that all without auto FP. And that was quite smooth. So. To the cabin, we are all ready. Everything up here is ready for us to push. We're just waiting on these final 30 passengers or so. And then we'll send that to the MCU and push. Go push and start. I do have to wonder though. That's not that way. Okay. Taxi via Victor and Tango. Okay. The passengers boarded yet? Almost. We're just waiting on the final 15 peskies. We're just waiting on the final 15 peskies. So, once we're airborne with this guy, we will go ahead. I will go ahead and put it now and throw in the description. Very well with this guy. We're gonna get out of here. Actually, I'll tell you what, we will go ahead and do it like this today. I don't want to deal with the risk that GSX might fuck it up. I'll just look at that. Will you just look at that? I swear, but it's on then. Both engines. Dismiss those. Launch traffic, Speedbird 16 kilo pushing back off stand 3, facing south. Launch traffic. You know, I'm waiting for y'all to start. We're ready for taxi. But we can go do our flight controls check that we are required to do, but beyond that, we are ready. We're ready at this point. So. And this will be as soon as we get up there, we get to send. This will be one of those quicker ones. So this one here is 300 or something nautical mile flight. So. Thank you for reminding me to send it to the MCDU. Engine number 1 available. Flight controls. Full down, full up, lens full, full left, full right. Nicely done. Nose to taxi. Flaps full, flaps up. Chevy's to auto. Launch traffic, Speedbird 16 kilo, taxi runway 31 via Victor Charlie. To enter runway 31 and back taxi runway 31 down to down. Multi traffic. I realize this one gets hit. A back taxi situation. Let's get move on. Thanks, here. Yeah, I did not realize that. So. I'll keep the brake fan on just for an extra few minutes. Flaps one, please. This would be one beautiful departure, I think. Yeah, we'll enter the runway into back taxi in a moment. Oh, why do I see floating patches? Well, unless they're just lights. Launch traffic, Speedbird, 16 kilo entering. Runway 31 to back taxi, runway 31, via Alpha. Launch traffic. Signs on. Ground spoilers on. Becoming a Ryanair pilot, that's what we can. Max.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Look at this flat on my fucking face. Launch traffic, Speedbird, 16 kilo, lining up runway 31 via Alpha. Launch traffic. Yes, this worked out pretty well last time. We were to actively pay attention to the low blaster. Get this fucking fly on my face. I can't see the fly, but there's a fucking fly on my fucking face. Launch traffic, Speedbird, 16 kilo, taking off runway 31, straight out departure. Launch traffic. Thrust set. Man flex 3, auto thrust blue. Airspeed alive. $80 knots, 100 knots to check. V1 and rotate. Pause ready, gear up. Most traffic speed bird 16 kilo is airborne passing altitude 1900 feet. Climbing now, flight level 320. Most traffic. AP, but I think fuel to keep that thing on. Really, we should be doing our like control check without the APU. Because for those who don't know, the APU provides hydraulic powers in addition to normal electric power. Right. The APU is by definition a little mini engine at the back of the engine. At the back of airliners, right? So here's our APU, right? And yeah, essentially what the APU does is it provides hydraulic, pneumonic, and electrical power to the aircraft while you're on the ground and not moving. Right. And the reason that is important is because at times you may, when you push off the stand, you're not going to have a cable connected to you other than maybe the pushback guy's whatever, right, or headset cable for communications, right? But at the same time, though, you need some power to get off to get the aircraft running. Okay, you need power. Okay. You need power to get the aircraft running. Freaking. So you need to conserve fuel. Wave run, which is not that long of a flight. So, and I think we might call it out there. Once you get to reach the little on the sleepy side, and by the time we get over to Brooke, it'll be 1:30 in the morning, something like that. That's fine. I think we may call that for the night once you get over to Brooke. But anyway, the APU, it's a little engine at the back. It doesn't provide thrust, okay, but it's a little generator, and so it doesn't burn through much fuel either. The downside is that it doesn't provide thrust. Okay, but what it does provide is the pneumonic power, so you can begin to air condition the aircraft. It also provides hydraulic power and finally electrical power. Right. The reason that aircrafts have an APU is to provide those things mainly during about 20 minutes at each leg of the flight, right? While you're shutting down the aircraft and while you're starting up the aircraft, right? Times when you might not have, or you won't have access to the ground power just yet, or you are about to lose your ground power, but your engines aren't running because when the plane's up in the air, the engines provide all the necessary hydraulic, electrical, and pneumonic power in addition to providing thrust. Right. The engines are really big. But the AP just simply allows for that power, right? It allows for that hydraulic action, right? So that way you can set stuff like parking brakes and unset parking brakes as appropriately. It just doesn't provide any thrust. It'll provide what you need it to provide to obstruct the engines, not much more. So, it also provides the power. All the powers. Okay. Turn. Excellent. soon. Essentially be back down. Their ETA is in 1 hour. So I'll give you all some info views for the video. When you how much it doesn't make sense. Right, let's go ahead and take care of... Actually, this is so much of an opportunity. Okay. That's a fucking straight shot. Ah, fuck. Okay. One. There we go. Sorry guys, that was too good of an opportunity to pass up. That is absolutely beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Passing Sicily. That's been all that is. In the meantime, though, we probably ought to begin to do a little bit of some briefing since we're arriving in 50 minutes. We're still, oh my word, we're still climbing. What the fuck? We're still climbing. Our top descents in... Okay, top descent 30. So we'll be at the top climbing 2. Oh my word! Okay, at the top of descent we will throw our we will do our stuff. In the meantime, though, I have some screenshots. That's gonna be the thumbnail. You get to make the thumbnail now. You get to make the thumbnail, and that's gonna be fucking it. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Just verify it is, in fact. Yeah, let me just go ahead and quickly, let me just verify that it is in fact number 6. I do believe it is. No, No, it's number 7. You're on number 7 now. Okay, upload them now. Today. And then description. No. Pilot. Maybe. Thumbnail image taken mid-flight. Aircraft type Fenix A320 INE. Route LGAV through. What is it again? LGAV through mounted. Fenix Airbuis A320. There you go. It's up to the thumbnail. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. Arrival. Let me grab the iPad. Let's do this arrival briefing. Oh, yeah, let's take, so, here's what Rome looks like. Let's take an ILS into runway 34 left. Okay, that's our via what arrival? No arrival today. No star. I'm just taking an ILS approach. And then in terms of what this is going to look like for us, yeah, we intercept altitude 2,500. So we're just going to take the ILS runway 34 left. Via no star. Yeah, no, I can't see that. Of course. Niner. Let me give you something. 339er. Slash 108. That's fine. And then from my standpoint, that'll get us there. Let me just go ahead and do flight plan. For me, actually, especially if we're taking a different one. So. Well, no, but that said, though. We'll have to begin it around Ponza. We'll actually begin it around Barrel, actually. For anyone wondering what this is going to look like, that's the route. Okay. But that's the route. Oh, that's right. So top descent. Yeah, right before Ponza. Right before Ponza, and then, yeah, and then actually go Ponza to right. Yep. And then in case of go around, it is climbed 3,000 on heading 339 degrees. To hold at Yut. Alright, I'll be right back at you quickly. And then, yeah, we're going to be on top descent. Very, very soon. So. I'm back. I'm just getting a few screenshots. Beautiful screenshots. Yeah, there's none of this. This is such a great opportunity because there's so few opportunities that I actually get to see the A320 really beautiful. So, actually, that screenshot we got earlier might actually replace the one that we took earlier. Or that we... Oh, no, so. I am very much... Never mind what he says. I like A320s. I fucking love them. I mean, just look at how much we're flying. Okay, top descent. Approaching. Let's do our performance out of them, since we're gonna be there in like half an hour. Actually, really estimating us in half an hour. Shit. Oh, sorry. Landing performance. We are landing right to the left. Performance. Okay, Q&H. And we got Flint. So they 12,000. Okay. Q&H 1013. Wow, this is the standard. So if we forget to find temperature 15 degrees Celsius. Surface wind 010 degrees 2 knots. So wind calm. Water break low. On the approach speed, we are looking at 139er. Actually, I'm gonna override that and say 141 on that. Flaps full, of course. The transition altitude is 6,000. Altitude 6,000. And the minimums are 214. 214 on the minimums. And we intercept an altitude 2,500 feet. NISPA is when they want us there. It's a 3.5 degree glide slope. Course is 339 degrees. Not much. One's your decimal liner. Now it's got it. Now it's got it. Now it's got it. Now it's got it. Yep, now it's got it. So, it is a bit of a steeper descent. I don't know why that is. So, anyway, it is a little bit of a steeper descent. So we have that to keep in mind. In case you go around, it is turn direct Yatami, Yankee Uniform Tango Mike India, and climb to 3,000. Okay. That is in case you go around, which we may end up doing. Yeah. And then we will begin our we will take care of our descent. Actually, we'll go direct from Papa Zulu November direct for the final. So NISPA. The NISPA. I did not. I'd like to go to Discovery to do this one. Why? Oh, well, actually, we have Nivux. We have the Nivux transition. Because we have Nivux. Nisba's right after. And then now we have Nisba, yep, and then so directly from Papa, you will go direct to Nivux. November. Echo uniform. Uniform X-ray. What? In that case, our top descent is going to get recalculated to very, very soon. So, and actually, we will begin that now. Let's take us down to altitude. I don't know if I can do for sure. Road traffic speed bird. 16 kilo beginning descent now. Expecting an ILS runway 34 left approach. And we are deciding to begin our descent now. Flight level 240. We will not be arriving via a star arrival. Instead, we will be going directly from Papa Zulu, November. Radar vectors directed for the final approach for ILS runway 34 left. Roam traffic. One look at that, I was like, no. I took my look at that, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to land as soon as possible. I like to land as soon as possible. So anyway, we're taking us down to 240, and then radar vectors. Solid. I'm waiting for them to say ABC delayed required. We are not yet. These recent messages. Oh wow, no ABC delay. So many. Quickly view all those just to get off my screen. And why we're transfer just doing that's fine at all. Let me just verify, like you said, it's not like AI. Grumpy. Mr. Grumpy himself. He's actually the one who organized the Soul Tour, which we are trying to knock out. Take us down to... Let's go down to 120, please. And then at 120, we might level on for a bit, actually. Let me just verify. Oh dear. Damn, it's busy! We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we got 4 people. Donza. That guy. 3 of those guys I think are gone or something. This guy who is still there. Rome traffic speed bird 16 kilo. At beginning a further descent now. Flight 120. And once again, we will be landing via the ILS runway 34 left approach. And we are not using a star. And we are currently direct Papa November Zulu, and we've got about 30 miles from that waypoint. And then we will turn direct to Nivux, November Echo Victory Inform X-Ray, which is on the final approach for ILS runway 34 left. Rome traffic. I always like to spell out the waypoints. Just so that way we can not revolve. Busy. Once we land, I'm gonna get the fuck out, I think. Yes, the sim is absolutely beautiful right now. It's absolutely beautiful. We're gonna aim to butter this landing this time. My aim is 250 feet per minute or less. 250 feet per minute or less. And then it'll be bedtime. Because it is certainly 1 a.m. Or almost. It's certainly approaching 1 a.m. And plus I've got a fucking time where there are people who need to get fired at work. There are people who do not like working. Still have a job. I just want to point this out, by the way. You see these streaks here that you're seeing on the windshield? They look. Some might say, oh, they look kind of like a PNG slapped on top. They're not, though. Because what Fenix has done is they've actually modeled the glass, and they've modeled the streaks into the glass, whether you like it or not, right? And so it's going to reflect off it, right? But because it's modeled into the glass, right, it doesn't actually affect your performance, right? It's not like weird ray tracing shadows or whatever, right? That's disabled by the settings. So it's modeled into the glass. The same way that these knobs, 3D look to these knobs are modeled, right? They're actually modeled that way. So. Tell you what, bring me down to speed 330, please. We're gonna take a pause at altitude. Flight 120. Actually, let me take us down to altitude 8,000 feet. Flight 120. The reason I want to do that is, and let's go ahead and slow down now, actually. Rome traffic speed bird 16 kilos, slowing speed 250 knots. So we can meet the 250 250 knots below 10,000 speed restriction. Road traffic. Allow speed break. Question is, what's going to hit first? Us getting below 250 knots? Or us getting below 10,000? I guess it's going to be the 250 knots. That's fine. But that's what I want. So precisely what I want. And room traffic speed bird 16 kilo is now direct to Nivux, November Echo Victor Uniform X-ray for the ILS runway 34 left final approach. Room traffic. Is everyone departed now? Everyone has. You got the whole place yourselves now. Nice. Down to 2,500. Give me about 10 minutes. Yeah. So let's talk about tablets for a second, guys. Here's what I have to say about tablets now. After using the iPad now for a significant amount of time. Here's what I have to say now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure cabin bag is safely stowed, laptop is
Cabin to the ship.
tray table must be stowed, armrests down, window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened and ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, magazines that you do not want. The toilet is no longer in service. Thank you.
Yeah, this is why, guys. Speed 2 yes. So anyway, let's tackle this. The reason that I say what I say is simple. It's for one reason and one reason. No. The reason that I say, or the reason that I cannot recommend any budget tablet after purchasing the iPad is because there is no budget Android tablet that functions to the same level of smoothness as an iPad, to the same level of display amazingness of the iPad. Right? There's nothing on the market with the price of an iPad that's going to beat it. There's nothing. Right? Because look at it this way. You could spend $200 on an iPad, but for $200 though, you're getting a Raspberry Pi at what it appears at 0W, which for those who don't know, cannot watch a bloody video without stuttering. Versus saving an extra $100, maybe $150, and getting something impressive. I mean, this I spent $360 total on it. That's directly from the Apple Store. That's paying Apple's ridiculous $330 price tag. Which, by the way, you can regularly find those things for $300. This thing is. When I have the speed break out, I have that out for a reason.
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
That's good. We get to reduce your speed. 230 knots, please. But you know, the reason I say that, what I say, is because I have tried, over the years, I have tried a number of really budget tablets. I mean, I even tried building one. I gave up on it because I figured, here's what I figured. For $75, I could get something that kind of works. Alexa, turn on Ryan's desk. For $300, I could get something that kind of works, but not really. Okay, or I could do that for $75, right? But it doesn't have a rotate function. It doesn't have dedicated power buttons. It doesn't have a dedicated. It has a shitty battery. It doesn't have a dedicated volume control buttons. Right? It's not going to be optimized for tablet. Right? It's going to be bulky. It's going to be ugly. Right? Yeah, I know it's. Like actually, yeah, now we can. Right. Or I could buy or you could buy a $300 to $400 tablet for a Mac that is optimized to be a tablet. Not to mention you do get access to do a bunch of other things, right? Such as Apple Pencil, right? Not that I encourage people to buy that, right? You get something that's optimized to be a tablet, but you also get something that, if we're being honest here, by the end of the decade, I'm expecting Apple to kill off the Mac. Because I'm expecting them to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we've turned the iPad into a Mac." The iPad's a computer. Which is what they're very clearly, in my opinion, trying to do. I think that Apple has been very clear on what they're trying to do with the iPad. And the lack of innovation in the Mac department, specifically with Mac OS, right? The lack of Apple's deciding to put a touchscreen in there, right? Which could easily provide the Mac, right? So many people would buy the Mac if Apple were to do that. Let me take a look here. I think it's 1013. I think. Refresh the number. It's 1012. I think it's 1013 now. So, standard pressure. Slow speed to right, but I gotta be honest, guys. The way that my iPad functions, okay, the way that it's been functioning, I think that it is extremely obvious, at least to me, that Apple is trying to kill off the Mac, right? They don't want to do it too early because then they get a bunch of backlash, and then they have to determine, do we revive the product? And it's wrong, right? Remember, Steve Jobs was an asshole, and he was strong on the idea that customers need to be told what they want, and the customers don't know what they want until they get told what they want. Okay? Steve Jobs does one of those big asshole things, but at the end of the day, he's not wrong. When you look at society as a whole, right? You walk into a plumbing store. You tell the guy, look, here's my issue. You tell the guy, here's my issue. The guy's going to tell you what you need. Right? Same thing. Right? Steve Jobs is an asshole. He really was about that stuff. But he's not wrong. He was not wrong. To be clear, there is a massive difference between being an asshole and being wrong. Okay? And he was wrong. He was an asshole, but he was not wrong. Direct. Which still check manager established now. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I think it's quite obvious that Apple's trying to kill off the Mac within the next decade or so. I wouldn't be surprised that if they kill it off within the next 5 years. By the end of the decade, I do think it's going to be closer to the end of the decade than it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be closer to the end of the decade as opposed to the beginning of the decade. Okay, but I do think it is quite obvious at this point in time that Apple is trying to end the Mac. At least the MacBooks. In terms of the iMac, I think Apple realizes that there's a legitimate reason to have one. To have a permanent desktop computer, especially with schools, especially at home, right? I think Apple does realize that there's a significant reason to have like an iMac or something. Good. But at the same time, though, I do see Apple giving up on the iPad or on the MacBooks within the next decade, and that's pushing it far. I think that they're going to end it within the next 5 years, if I'm being honest. Because you just look at them. You can buy a keyboard. I'm about to buy a keyboard for this thing. You can buy a stylus, right? You buy both those. It's a 2-in-1. Apple is built at, it's like 2-in-1s in terms of portability. I have a 2-in-1. I think it's over there. That thing's been amazing, right? As a college student, that thing's been truly amazing. So, yeah. The emissions on Windows. Oh, shit. That about to go find us. We have to redo the flight video. Should we do? I never threw the landing at the time. I should have done that when we had the chance. But at least I realized it. So, it'll probably give us a bit of a build. As long as we better than that way, it'll be fine. Speed 180. Actually, doesn't just kind of say how much the bill is. Nice. Actually, it says above, and I don't think it's gonna. I think that this is written in a way that it's confusing. So. Rome traffic speed bird 16 kilo is fully established on the extended ILS localizer about a 12-mile final for ILS from runway 34 left. Rome traffic. Flaps 2 now. We'll be good source speed low. Again, I think I'm gonna. I will say it all day. I think what Apple has done to the iPad within the past 7-8 years or so is that I think they really tried to push this idea that an iPad is a computer and it can be used as a MacBook or as a Windows machine, right? I think that they've been extremely clear about it, and I do not see the iPad really lasting. I don't see the MacBook really lasting in Apple's ecosystem any longer than about 5-10 years. So, and I'll say that again for the short form, so I can put it in short. I think it's been extremely clear that Apple has really tried to force this idea that an iPad can be used as a computer, such as a MacBook or a Windows computer, right? Plus, it has more use cases, and I think Apple's been pushing that idea very clearly for the past few years or so. And so I would not be surprised, and I'm expecting that within the next roughly 5 years or so, I think they're going to kill off the MacBook entirely. I don't see why they would continue with it. So, anyway, flaps 4 now. There's final pitch speed. it's still too late to correct it. Yeah, it is. Rome traffic speed bird. 16 kilo has to do a little bit of a 360. We forgot to tell the plane they can go ahead and fully establish itself onto the Alice approach. Rome traffic. Yeah, we'll maintain that. This time we'll actually make sure to approach the other side. That was too much talking, not enough flying. Happens at times. Yeah, I noticed we were getting a little high there, and I was like, what? That seems, I know it's a bit of steeper glide slope. Surely it's not that steep. Surely it's not the dive that's doing things. There we go. Now we're picking up the glide slope. The glider. Now we're picking it up. That way we can go make a turn now. I'll just keep it like that for our next run. I want us to be at or below that. You see, at least when doing that, when realizing it this far out, you actually have time without having to do the whole go-around procedure. Maintain 060 degrees. Let's join up, please. Actually, maintain. That's what you do. No. 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 So that better stop. Barnaby, if you get sick tomorrow, that's on you. Ground spoilers armed, flaps full. Line weights 1. Yeah, okay, New Sky only requires pilots to turn landing lights off above a certain altitude. It has to go to Seattle for it, so. There we go. Fully established now. Because I can see it. It's something now. Easy go around. It's kind of 3,000. Let me just verify that we are at one place ourselves. And that's what we do. And we got one. We got one Dreamliner. Rome traffic speed bird. 16 kilo. Now properly fully established ILS. 3-4 left. Rome traffic. Automatic low, we'll up that to medium. Yeah, by the time we get down on the ground, by the time we get to the gate, it'll be 130 and on the sticky side. It's not, it's a 3.5 degree, it's a 3.5 degree glide slope, so gotta keep that in mind. Buzz the cabin. We will take this This looks quite steep, but at the same time, though, it's different, right? It's looking reasonably steep, actually. Don't worry, we will pull it off in about 20 seconds. Or at around 500, I guess we'll pull it off. I want it to be a little closer down, though. So if I do it now, then I won't have a problem. It's like we're a little off to the left. But it's staying fully established. Well, I don't know. It's like we're also a little high, but the happy is in the wide slope.
1,000.
Saying we're really high, but the happy the guys that they don't mind. So 1,000 now. 5, 4, 3, 2. My controls. Don't install it. When it's down, you pick it. No, it's something you pick it.
500.
Check. It's back down, you pick it. So entirely this says
100 above.
continue approach, runway in sight. Stable approach.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 30. 20. Retard.
$237 feet per minute. I will take that. My aim was, like I said, my aim was below 250. High speed exit off, please. Why the fuck did we stop there? Gotta get better at that. Flaps away, please. Ground spoilers off. Right, where are we going?
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take all your and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as
Taxi
items
by
may have moved
Alpha.
during flight. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area.
Rome traffic speed bird.
And the crew
61
has been
or
our
160
pleasure
kilos now.
after you
Vacated
today.
runway 3
Our
1.
ground crew will help
3
you
1.
complete
Sorry.
your journey.
Rome traffic. Rome traffic speed bird. 016 kilo is taxiing stand 706 via Alpha and Mike. Rome traffic. It looks like default, but it also doesn't look like a horrendous default. I will say the sim looks absolutely gorgeous right now, even with the default scenery. I don't know whether to blame that on Phoenix or to blame that on FS 24 just having much better visuals. Now this I'm going to blame on Phoenix though. The streaks on the windshield I get to blame on Phoenix. .06 feet. Get to that scene. Mike. Do they have markings to get into? Going stand 707. I'm gonna take the spot right here and enjoy it. Let's move this red line. Whatever. Parking brake set. Ground services. Hard it on. It's taxi. Let's fight.
The boarding requested.
9.38. Option line take off at the. Oh, maximum landing way above. Ouch. Whatever. Option line landing. Not bad. Yeah. 9.38 though, that's at least passive.
Passengers, the boarding starting.
Nice. Can't stand this way too big for this aircraft. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, 9.38, whatever. At least it is. 9.38. Option line landing. I can understand that one. The option line takeoff though, I don't agree with that. Okay, I don't agree with that one. So I'm gonna. So wait, it should be about that. The maximum landing weight. I was not aware that the maximum landing weight being above. Or that just means in real world you have to get an inspection. We had an offset line landing, but whatever. The great touchdown. 237 feet per minute. So distance from threshold, solid. So, all right. Disconnect from VATSIM. Yep. Anyway, here I'll show you all that actually. So here is the one for the one we just did. What we got there? A little nice. Of course, we departed 6 minutes early, and then my flights, and then this one was 9.3. And now we got 9.31. It was just an optional line landing and a bit of a hard touchdown-ish. Not the most hard touchdown, but whatever. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. Tomorrow night we're gonna aim for a lot more. We're gonna aim to take care of pretty much all of our short hauls, of the short haul ones. Just to show everyone what that's gonna look like. So we have, well, tomorrow we're gonna knock out that first, and then we have 300. We have a few 300 ones, and then we have another 600-700 ones. We're gonna aim to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then how far are we already now? We are 39% complete. Okay, we are completing it. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. That's the screenshots from Loiter. Yeah. And anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been a blast. I have been up since 8 a.m.-ish. I've been up. I was at work all day. About a 10-hour shift today. So I think, needless to say, I am kind of exhausted. So I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna get some good sleep. Maybe with a bite to eat as well. And I'm gonna see you all next one tomorrow night. I'll schedule it. It might be. It's gonna be a little later. I think I'm aiming for around 10 tomorrow night. Not as opposed to 9. Maybe I think I'm aiming for around 10 tomorrow night. That's fine. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good night. I'll see you all.